Welcome to day 869 with Genesis Mining, and this is such a wonderful day. Yesterday, Dash came back. X11 is here, and this is a fantastic news. Now let's talk about Dash, and then we'll go into some viewer upgrades, because I need to catch up. You guys are awesome. So here we go. Now Dash is relatively new, came out in 2014 as Xcoin, rebranded to Darkcoin, and then around March 2015 became Dash, which is digital cash. And when it first was released, there was some code issues. Some people think that it's a scam, but there was a code error, and in order to fix it, they had to release 1.9 million. That's kind of the high level of it. It's about, well, not me, I don't own it, but I own some. It's about 7.9 million currently. It uses X11 cryptographic algorithm, and it does have two-tier systems. So proof of work, where we're actually mining, and proof of stake, which is what we call Masternodes. A Masternode will operate different functionality for the Dash network, and because of that, you do have to stake 1,000 Dash. And so you're looking at almost what, $12,000 to $13,000. I was looking at doing a Masternode when this stuff was around $3. It's $3,000, a little too much for me. Now I kind of regret it, but that's how things happen, right? The other thing I really like about Dash, and you probably know this if you've watched any of my videos, is I use Dash a lot to pay for my upgrades. Well, I like Dash. It's very fast, it's inexpensive, it's really something completely different from Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin, because of its large capitalization, will become kind of like BitGold. It's going to be a store of wealth. I think that Dash, Litecoin, maybe Monero, I don't think so. But right now, Dash and Litecoin are looking like the ones to be more of the day-to-day payment. Like you'll go get a cup of coffee or go to the grocery store. If you're going to use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is not the best. So, another thing that Dash does provide is decentralized governance on the blockchain. So that's what DGBB means. Now, why is that important? Well, the thing about this is that if there's any changes that need to be made to the actual project, to the coin, a vote will go out to anybody that owns a Masternode. And at that point, they can make a yay or nay decision. This is really nimble because we're facing issues with Bitcoin. It's like, should we do a soft fork or a hard fork? They've been talking about this for, God, like 2 years. And we can't get a consensus. With Dash, they can go out and say, like, for example, this was pulled right off of their website. Do we give some money to the core team to develop Dash? Yes or no? Should we do a wallet? Maybe as a community, which is a decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO, says yes or no. And one of the other things that Dash really is focused on is making Dash replacement of cash, making it easy. So let's take a look at its growth. As we can see right now, we're looking, this was yesterday's data, by the way, at $180, right? It did go up pretty high, above 250, but right now we're looking pretty nice, more stabilization on the channel there. Some other the facts that we have here to look at is private send, instant send, and we talked about masternodes already. Private send, just like what it sounds like, it's an anonymous sending mechanism. And if I wanted to privately send Dash to another individual, and I'm going to send 0.1 Dash, it would actually look at other 0.1 Dash transactions and mix those up together, and then mix those up to other destinations. So we really don't know where the source and destination is. It's more like a shotgun blast of the same value. This action is performed by masternodes as the second tier, so we're not doing those transactions at a transactional block level done by the workers, by the actual miners. Private send, some very instant send, very similar, but more of a speedy instant pay system. Now, Masternodes, because they do require some equipment, or at least a wallet running all the time, that's from what at least I know. Like, you can do a Raspberry Pi and set this up as well. They do get compensated for it. So 45% goes to the miners, 45% goes to the actual masternodes, and then the other 10% goes to a special treasury to fund marketing and Amanda B. Johnson and things like that. From what I understand, I haven't looked at the treasury, but those little special projects and marketing. Now, Dash Future, this is going to be big, and I think this is what's going to drive, because when Dash Evolution was announced, it really picked up and spiked that price. Back in January, February, when they announced it at the Anarchapulco, they boosted that price up, and it looks fantastic, making it easy for like grandmas and your normal mom and pa to be able to use cryptocurrency. There's going to be an alpha release in December, but the final is going to be about a year from now. So they're going to actually integrate some development code, some integration for developers. That's a DAPI. And there's going to be application integrations within, say, the basic wallet that's a web wallet, so you can transfer Dash into Bitcoin through Shapeshift.io, for instance. And the initial look and feel, very similar to Coinbase, very easy, competitive to PayPal or Venmo. And what's really interesting is that when it releases, and there's different, within the roadmap, if you look at the roadmap, it does give you different project timelines. But when Dash Evolution comes out, it's going to be at 64 transactions per second. Bitcoin, how it stands right now, the maximum they can do is 10 transactions per second. We're lucky to get usually about 3 to 4 transactions per second. That's fantastic. And what's even more insane is that it's projected to be 4,096 transactions. Now, nowhere close to what Visa can do right now. Maybe that's in the future. Very cool. And they're going to also have some specialized hardware for Masternodes as well. So I wanted to jump into where I'm at with Genesis now. Right now, my Dash payouts went down a little bit. Bitcoin and Monero pretty much stayed where they're at. Went up a little bit, but overall, I'm at 5850. And that's a lot thanks to you, and then also my regular upgrades into Genesis mining. Been really happy with them for the last 2.5 years. I definitely plan to stay with them. And this is kind of a view out there. One of our viewers were asking, like, what kind of value or how much did we put in? This is approximate because it's really tough to say now, because I do get some affiliate hash power, but it's really very little. Most of this is actually directly out of my pocket. So I'm looking at about $14,000. I would guesstimate that over time this is going to degrade a little bit as difficulties for hash power come higher. So what's my recommendation? Dash, don't run, but dash over to Genesis and buy as much as you can. And the reason why is that it's going to give you a better return on your investment right now. So if we take a look at kind of saying, all right, what if we had $2,000? What could we buy? Okay, so if I was going to buy an X11 contract right now, that's about 400 mega hash at this time. You're looking at 139-day return break-even point at current difficulty levels, if you're going to do Dash, of course. Okay, this is a lot better than Ethereum or Bitcoin. So let's look at the second best option, and that's Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is still pretty good. That was what I was upgrading prior to Dash's release this week, and we're looking at 151 days. Now, what I did add in here is the cost power per kilowatt hour of 18 cents. Now, you might say, I don't pay electricity. Well, you kind of do, because that's the breakdown at 0.00028 gigahash at a per hour basis. So it's about 18 cents per hour to maintain 15 terahash. So I added that in there so that we can give an estimate of how much is going to really come to our pocket, because Bitcoin contracts are the only one that actually has a maintenance fee. So X11, Ethereum, they don't. This is good stuff. Third recommendation is Ethereum. I'm staying away from it right now. It's, you know, difficulty rate is just skyrocketed way too high for me. X11 and Bitcoin were to sell out tomorrow. Then go ahead and consider Ethereum. And Monero, yeah, don't even think about it. I'll just pass that on. Okay, so if you use my promo code, definitely you get 3%, just like anybody else's promo code. But my promise to you is to give you at least 3%. Now, it might be 4% depending on what package I can buy, right? It's not going to be exactly, that's my goal. Of course, you might get a little bit more out of it, but it's my payback to you for using my code. Appreciate that. We're going to do Dash today, and we're going to do Dash tomorrow. We're going to do Dash all the time. So thank you. I'm going to go into our comments and just go top down from that. So Nelson Kim, thank you so much. We're going to go and use your code. I know it's a little bit further down, so let me go grab that. Okay, so we got the code. We're going to upgrade for Nelson there. Since this is Dash Day, we're going to pay with Dash. Okay, make sure we validate. All right, let's go to my Dash wallet next. We got the code. Make sure we get the right amount. Hit send. Sent. All right. And there we go. We got an extra 5 there added to my contract. Thanks for that. And let's go on to the next one. Next, we're going to do Sukin J. Thank you so much for that humongous upgrade. We're going to actually do 15 mega hash to give you back what I got there. That's super. I want to make sure I got your code right. Okay, now we'll go ahead and do the upgrade. Okay, we'll pay with Dash. Use your promo code. Bingo! Go ahead and pay for your account. Okay, now we got the payment and send. Yes. All right, now that we checked it, we got that verified. Ready, good. Thank you so much for that big upgrade. If you haven't seen me do the upgrade online, I will get to everybody today. I'll add another 3% back to you. Not a problem. Have a great day. Bye.